Are you working so much that you barely have time for anything or anyone else? Being a workaholic might feel productive, but it's actually one of the quickest ways to burn yourself out. And it can do an enormous amount of harm to your mental health. If you're ready to take control of your life and find a healthier balance, then this is the video for you. So let's talk about how to stop being a workaholic. Working too much isn't just about long hours. It's about the negative impact it can have on all areas of your life, including your relationships, your self-worth, your mental health, and your physical health. Today, I'll show you how to step back and create a much healthier work-life balance. And we'll talk about why your job really isn't the most important thing in your life. I'm Jeremy Godwin, a mental health counsellor who's also dealt with my own issues like anxiety and depression, and I teach you simple ways to improve your mental health. So, welcome and let's talk. First, we need to face facts. Working too much can lead to stress and burnout. Because burnout rarely just happens suddenly, it usually builds up over time. When you work too much without giving yourself quality time to recharge, you risk physical and emotional exhaustion. Burnout doesn't just go away after taking a weekend off. It can take weeks or months to recover, and it can severely impact your mental health. So, it's healthier to work on preventing burnout instead. After all, prevention is better than cure. Set clear work hours with specific start and finish times for your workday and stick to them. This helps you create boundaries between your work and personal time. Learn how to deal with your worries and stress in healthy and constructive ways, like journaling or regularly talking to a professional. Also, turn off your work email notifications after hours. It may seem like a small step, but it can really help you mentally disconnect from work. The thing is that a job is just a job. It's not your whole life. When you sit down and think about what really matters to you, I'd be pretty surprised if high on the list was that pesky spreadsheet that keeps on giving you problems, or what Sue in accounts thinks of what you said in a meeting that time. Our jobs can give us purpose and direction, but we also find a lot of that outside of our work. And let's be honest, most of us would think twice about doing our jobs if we didn't need the paycheck. Instead of letting your work consume your life, there's a healthier way to approach it. Work to live instead of living to work. Your job might be important, but it's not who you are. Over-prioritizing work can leave you with little time or energy for the things and people that truly matter in life. Your job is just one part of your life, and if you give it too much of your energy, then you can't show up in a meaningful way for what and who truly matters to you. So reconnect with what brings you joy. Make a list of things you love doing outside of work, whether it's working on your hobbies or discovering new ones, spending time with family, or even just relaxing and enjoying some well-deserved rest. Schedule these activities into your week and stick to them. Here's a challenge for you. Try blocking out an hour or two this weekend to do something purely for yourself. No work allowed. Start small and build from there. Because when it comes to your well-being, finding work-life balance is essential. When you have a healthy balance, you feel more aligned. Work-life balance doesn't mean dividing your time equally. It's about making sure your needs outside of work are being met. It's also about allowing yourself to prioritize progress over perfection, and remembering that perfect doesn't actually exist. If you're struggling, there's no shame in asking for professional support to find a balance that works for you. If your workload feels overwhelming, identify tasks you can delegate or get rid of. And if you're constantly saying yes to extra work, practice setting boundaries with phrases like, "I can't take that on right now." Each morning, remind yourself of your main priorities, and before you commit to something, ask yourself if it really matters. This helps you focus on what's truly essential, and it frees up time for yourself. Here's the thing, working too much can lead to burnout. And your job isn't your whole life. Your job is just one part of your life. Being a workaholic isn't a badge of honor. It's a sign that it's time to reassess your priorities. You deserve a life that's balanced, fulfilling, and healthy. So, what's one thing you'll do today to take a step back from work and focus on yourself? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. I talked earlier about dealing with worry and stress, and you'll learn how to do that in this video. So, watch that next. And you can find even more tips on improving your work-life balance in episode 265 of my podcast, Let's Talk About Mental Health. It's linked in the episode description. Take care and talk to you next time.